Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. You're watching Original Art Hour. This is the show where we sit down with other original comic art collectors, share some art from their collections, tell a few stories, and discuss the art side of the comic book collecting hobby that we love so much. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. I took about a 3-month hiatus from doing these one-on-one collector interviews on OA Hour. The last guest I had, episode 31, Andy E, was about 3 months ago. So I'm excited to get off the bench and be doing this again. And I couldn't be more excited about the latest collector that we're bringing into the OA Hour fold here. And that's my friend Raghav, aka Comic Art Talk on YouTube.
Hey,
what's up, man? Welcome to the show, man. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you, brother. Hey, everyone, and namaste to everyone back home.
Exactly.
So
that's a little inside joke because I think we had a little bit of a disconnect on both of our cultural backgrounds,
yeah.
which often happens with me because I don't know why, because I got no accent, you know. But dude, thanks for hanging out, man. Seriously, like I feel like way back in the day when I was first getting going with this kind of content on the channel, I was chatting with you, and I think it was because you have your channel, Comic Art Talk. Subscribe, by the way, subscribe to Comic Art Talk. Link in the description below.
Thank you.
Follow them on Instagram. Link in the description below. Great channel, great content. But you were kind of, I think, one of the first guys I ever wanted on the show. But I think at the time you may not have been ready with like your setup or something, or you were just busy raising your kids, you know.
Yeah. I had 2 little ones, so it was tough, like trying to get online.
Yeah.
And make a show because they were too young, and right now they're sleeping, so which is great.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. 10 o'clock is a nice, comfortable time for you, hopefully. And as you know, I kind of am just flexible with the guests on this show. I don't do it a specific day, time on any of that stuff. It's just kind of like when we can do it, we can do it. And here we are. I'm excited about it. Your art collection is friggin' phenomenal. I mean, I tried to hype it up a little bit, and I wasn't exaggerating. So this is gonna be special. But before we get into your background and how you got into all this, and then your show and tell session, let's say a quick hello to the chat. We had Magic Lasso in the house. What's going on, Lasso? One of my trusted moderators. We got Unruly Simeon in the house. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. We got Tricky Trapster. What's going on, Tricky? Good to see you, man. We got my last guest, like I mentioned a few months back, Andy E. What's going on, Andy? Good to see you. All great collectors here in the chat. And we got D-Runk Comics saying he loves that shirt. I was just talking about that shirt. And that the hat. I mean, the Ferrari red hat with the Superman red logo. It's pops, man. That pops pretty nice. So I definitely second that comment right there. We got my buddy Ruben the Collector in the house. What's going on, Ruben? Thank you for popping in here and watching OA Hour live. Good to see you, man. I'll take an extended greeting. Yeah, exactly. Well, dude, how did you first get into this kind of stuff? Like comics, and then art. Like maybe just give us a quick, quick background,
quick origin story.
Yeah.
So I basically started like everyone. I was in and out of comics, just reading. I was growing up back in India. You don't have too much of access to comics, but I did, luckily, because I had a lot of folks living abroad sending me comics and stuff. So I was more into DC to begin with, and then European comics, a little bit into Tintin and Asterix. Yeah.
Those are my first 2 comics. We haven't even had that conversation yet. Right? Those are my first 2 comics.
Yeah,
my grandfather in India gave them to me when I visited him in India. So
same. Yeah. It was my cousin, but yeah. Same story.
I mean, we could have a dream conversation about getting an Hergé piece one day, you know.
Oh man, I bet, right?
Likely will never happen. But anyway, keep going. This is crazy that because I guess we should have had that conversation before at some point. But hey, here we are. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I started like that, and you know what? Like earlier, comics were a big thing, but not really that much, right? You would share your comics with your friends, and like you just share, and truly all the copies were like beat up, right? Who was into like preserving them.
Yeah.
And then like I was growing up, and then I just left the hobby, and then like slowly came back in and out, right?
Mm.
I hear you. I mean, a lot of people get that wrong, so yeah, kudos.
I get it wrong often. As a kid, I would say Herge.
Hard, right?
And
Yeah.
Ruben's literally making fun of me, or inside joking me a little bit on that, because he knows I grew up making that mistake all the time. But
I mean, we did. I did too. So,
yeah, everyone did.
Yeah. So after after that, I think I got back into comics seriously. I think when Hush came up, like Jim Lee blew my mind. I mean, I was into Jim Lee before. I mean, his X-Men, his Punisher. I think Punisher War Journal. I think that was eye-opening. I mean, I loved this piece. And then X-Men, I liked it, but I thought it was like overhyped up at that point. It was great, but it was overhyped up, so I didn't get into that. But I think
8 million copy selling X-Men.
Right. I mean, incredible pieces.
Incredible.
Who die to get a page from that any day, but
Yeah.
Right. And then eventually, I think I got into Hush, and Hush blew my mind. I mean, like the story was okay, but just the art.
Did you see that first panel appearance of Hush page selling Comic Link the other night for 32,000 or whatever?
I did. There was it is an interesting story. I was offered that piece some time back.
Oh my God, really?
And I didn't. I was not too much into that particular piece because my two favorites were Batman and Superman.
Right.
So I needed someone.
You have like full page size, striking cover style images like that. I feel like that's kind of your shebang, at least based on what I've seen.
Yeah. Exactly. So Hush blew my mind. I was like, dude, I need to get this. And slowly I started coming back to comics. I started, as everyone, I started collecting those like 9.8 books,
slabs.
Slabs.
Yeah.
I was into like Welcome to Slab City. And then, I was getting everything, like to 9.8s and everything else. And then at that point, I think I started to interact with folks on Instagram. I think that's when I got into Instagram. It was like 2015-ish, 2014, 2015. And then I met John Nguyen. He's a big collector. I think you can find him. He's John Nguyen 1 on Instagram.
Okay.
And then we started talking a lot, and him and from Planet Awesome Collectibles Zubair. So both of them were instrumental because like those guys were already into collecting, and I was like the little bug, just starting up. And I was
they mentored you a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because I was like, I didn't know anything. I was like, dude, how are you buying this stuff? Like, is it like, where do we buy it? I have no idea. This looks really cool. Is it expensive? Like, I had like tons of questions. Like, luckily for them, like they were like, they took the time to like, okay, this is how you do it. This is what it is. And a good thing about me or a bad thing is I don't buy often. So the reason being, I think I attribute that to a little bit of my work. Like what I do is I'm into risk management, and fortunately or unfortunately, like that's in my brain. Like I can't like just like
you can't turn it off. It bleeds through to everything else that you do.
Right, and like when I am buying a piece or something, right? Like I need to have that like, is it worth it? Am I doing the right thing? I have 100 questions, so those guys really helped me, and that's when I think. The first thing I ever got was a Magneto commission, I think, from Ethan Van Sciver. And in 2015, that's what I was like blown away. Like, what? This is a unique piece. No one has it. I was like, and that's when I realized. And slowly, the comic collecting went downwards, and the art collection went like that.
Yeah, I hear you. I empathize, or I am going through a similar thing. So. I totally feel that, man. Well, that's a great origin story.
Thank you.
You mentioned some of the artists there that you felt passionate about or strongly about, some of which we're about to see some artwork. Now, I'm going to start sharing some of the artwork, and we'll let you describe as much as you want. And then I know you also had some stuff you wanted to show the actual physical piece for. So
Yeah,
we'll try to do a little back and forth. But I didn't put these in any particular order. You just sent them to me, and I just put them in a random order.
Okay, all right.
So for those watching, it's not like best or least expensive to most expensive, or or worst to best. This is just random order of the pieces that were sent to me by Raghav. But there's some fantastic artwork here. So this is the first piece that I put in a slide for. So let's talk a little bit about this. And like I said, we're gonna see some Jim Lee tonight, guys.
All right, this is all right, beginning with Jim Lee Thor. So this is a piece I think Jim did on his Twitch channel, and he was doing this as a tribute to Stan Lee. At that point, I think either that week or the week before, or like I don't really know. I think at that point, I think Stan Lee passed away, and he was giving a tribute. He did two pieces. He did Spider-Man, and he did Thor, and Thor was, I think, like one of the characters that I like, and this was, I think, more Bill Sienkiewicz, you would say. I mean, the style. So
a little looser, a little more playful in nature.
Right. It's not really Jim's style, but I loved it. I think the way he played around with, I think the lightning, the blacks and whites, I think it just pops. Yeah. And I just loved it, and I was like, man, I gotta have it. And then I just went for it. That's it.
That's awesome. Is that one of the pieces you have handy nearby?
Sure.
I'll go to your view here in a second.
Yeah. Just a minute. Let me find the page, and then.
All right, I'll go back to this to the
that's
thing real quick so you can find it.
All right. So hopefully you guys can see it now.
Hold on. Let me switch back to you. Oh yeah, there you go.
All right. So okay, let me straighten it a bit. Yep. It's a 9x12 piece, and yeah, I'm too bad. I'm trying to get everything framed. So yeah, it's taking me a bit because
you're getting everything framed. Wow.
Most of them. So this is for the guys wondering. Yeah, Jim does like fantastic pencils, and you should see. I don't know if you could pick it up in the scan. If you could show the scan image again.
Yeah, sure.
So if you could see the scan image, I think you can really see the pencils that he put in. Like he likes to put in these pencils into his sketches as well. Like for example, I think you could see it in his forearm, and he shades it. He does a great job. Obviously, like Jim is Jim, right?
Jim is Jim. Yeah, he's phenomenal.
What do you do? So
all right, well, awesome first piece. We're gonna go to the second one. This is this piece here, which I found really, really cool as a Spidey fan.
Oh man, this one. Yeah. So the pieces that I usually collect are like Spider-Man, Batman, Wolverine, Moon Knight. I think they're like, thanks, brother. Thanks, Ruben. So on this particular piece, so this was a crazy idea. You could blame it on Mike.
Is it it's a jam piece?
It's a jam piece, man. Yeah. And I'll tell you the struggle. So this piece started off.
Michael Gaucherian.
Yes. Michael Gaucherian. I think I would blame him. That guy is awesome. I mean, because
he's the king of the jam pieces on Cast.
He's the jam king. So I got this idea of, hey, let's do a jam piece. And whatever I was thinking at that point, I was like, okay, let's do it. And this piece took me 2 years. The first pencil that I got here was Finch, who did the Spider-Man, and in 2016. And then I got Mike Zeck to do the Kraven, then Joe Jusko to do the Electro. I think Ramos did the Dr. Octavius. And then Adi Granov did the Vulture. Eric Larson did the Sandman. Mark Bagley did the Mysterio.
It's so cool.
It took me a while. I mean, I think after this, I was like, no jams for me. I'm done. And I have to mention out the way I started this out is I got the layout done by a local artist.
Mhm.
And then I started with Finch, and then I think I mentioned earlier Planet Awesome Collectibles.
Yeah, yeah.
He he actually has a comic shop, meaning I mean
Mhm.
an online comic shop. He used to go
Yep.
to conventions, so I asked him for favor to get this done at, like, I would go to all cons, like wherever he would go, I would send this piece. I would say, hey, can you get him? I would talk to the artist, get in touch, or he would go to the artist, get in touch, and then we would just do one piece. It took me 2 years.
Wow, man. Yeah, I've never attempted a jam myself. I mean, you know, it's just not something that I personally like. I barely have the patience for a regular commission. Like, you
I
know.
was, I was young. I was crazy. I was like, it was new energy, you would say.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But 2 years seems reasonable for the amount of artists and characters on that one. Have you ever thought about getting it light boxed and inked, or?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is the plan. I mean,
that is the plan.
one of
Yeah.
my friend artist who is Warden Wong, who
Mhm.
is the inker. So he actually like I approached him to say, could you ink this? And my idea was to just give it blue line and then just get it inked by different inkers just to see how they interpret
That's
it.
cool. That would be a cool idea. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Why
it was.
not?
Yeah. So that's the idea. And
All right.
actually, to just piggyback on this particular jam piece, I have one more jam piece that I cannot complete, and I don't know if I can ever complete it. It's it's in progress. I mean, okay, this is the actual jam and how it looks. It's 11 by 17 piece.
Very nice.
Let me. Okay, this. Sorry for the. Okay,
Yeah,
this is.
don't apologize for you're good. That's good. Yeah, you can
All
say
right, this is the piece. Yeah, and so the crazy me thought it would be cool to do this on Batman, right?
uh-huh. And that's how far you got.
And that's the only thing that I got so far. And and this is Finch Batman. I love it.
Nice. Well, if you never continue that, it's just a cool Finch Batman piece, and I love Finch Batman. So hey,
Right.
and a lot of people do. So you've got some nice Finch art as well, man. I really like your
Thank
Finch
you.
pieces.
Thank you, brother.
All right, we're gonna go straight to this piece. This is what I pulled in for third.
Nice. And this, I mean, like, should I introduce this, right?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
This is Hush 612, and this is, I believe, the first page of the classic encounter between Batman and Superman.
I mean,
Hush,
it's just a classic page from a classic issue in that run. I mean, it's amazing.
right. I
Yeah.
think they even made a statue of Superman with the same pose. I think
Yeah.
the statue
Yeah.
that there for Prime One Studio, I think, is
Yeah.
from this particular panel. So I just love this. It's still here. Sorry, I cannot take it out. It's
Oh
on my.
no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
And this one was very interesting because I was looking for a Hush piece from a very long time, and to get this page, I mean, I know I would cringe, but I sold two Hulk 181s.
Wow.
But I did, but it was worth it.
I mean, you know
I
how
don't
many Hulk
regret-
181s are out there, though? There's only one of this,
Agreed, and that's
Yeah.
the reason I'm like I don't regret it. I'm like.
You shouldn't. I mean, this is amazing,
This is definitely my favorite cover. Like if you see the 612 cover is like my most favorite cover, and
Yeah.
this is the first page. So yeah, it made total sense for me to get this.
So this is arguably a page from your favorite comic book, basically.
It is.
Yeah, it is literally. Wow.
And I mean, so thank you, John. So I mean, John has been instrumental in like.
Oh, this is the John that you were talking about. Yes.
Yeah. And John does. I mean, he gives me insight into the pieces, and wherever I'm in like thinking about it, do you think I should do this? Like we have this conversation, the very open conversation, which I really appreciate because he's not into bullshit. He'll tell you like this piece is not worth in your collection, or he'll tell you like the real stuff. You need people like that, right?
For sure. You got to bounce some stuff off people, It's a great part of this hobby. other collectors giving you advice, other people in the hobby. Absolutely, I agree. Okay, we're going to your fourth piece here. This is the one I pulled up.
All right, nice. So I don't have the actual piece, but this is a Zaffino piece, Gerardo Zaffino piece, and man.
Oh, thanks, George. He's saying I'm the one that gives him his advice.
That's nice. You need people like that. Like, subscribe, people. And,
thank you.
And this was an idea. This was a commission actually, and this was based out of. I don't know if you're familiar with his Conan run. He did a Conan piece exactly like this some time back, and I loved that the gritty nature of Conan standing atop of, I think.
I recognize the image, like I recognize it as an homage to something. I didn't realize in my head it was Conan, but now I'm kind of putting it together. So yeah.
Yeah, the Conan image was, it was great. I loved it, and I loved the idea, and I thought, if I could take this idea into Batman, and if only I could add, I love always, when I think about Batman, I think about like he could definitely take on more than one enemies. Like, why is he struggling with this one Joker? Like, there are so many villains, right? So I'm like, I want to include a ton of villains, and yeah, he killed it, man. Look at every time you look at it, you'll find a new villain. Like if you look at the bottom,
I mean, has this not been used as a cover? Because it's a cover, man. It's amazing.
I know, right? Thank you so much. This is, I think, is a print right now.
It's a print, okay.
It's a print right now that you could buy on Zaf's website. But every time you look at this piece, you find a new villain there.
So good.
Thanks, Ruben. So yeah, you see there is Joker. You have Clayface. You just have Harley, Bane, like everyone.
Do you have this one in your Itoya or
no? I don't.
No, this one's on the wall.
This is on my way. I think this and one other piece that would be.
Got it. So you're expecting it. That's awesome.
Yes.
Congrats on that. It's amazing. Amazing. All right, we're gonna go to this, man.
Oh, awesome! Thank you. And this one is the piece that I was talking about. This is again a Zaffino piece, and this is Moon Knight variant. This is yet to be out. I think Moon Knight variant cover 1 of the new series that comes out in July.
Okay.
Yeah, this is
so it's an upcoming variant cover, and you commissioned it as a commission.
No. This is the cover.
Okay. So so you literally acquired the cover. Got it.
Yeah. I just got the cover because I like Bill Sienkiewicz, and this was like very Sienkiewicz-y.
It is very Sienkiewicz-y, man. It's a killer piece. Wow.
Thank you. You can't see the actual piece, but the actual piece, he did a lot of weathering on it. If you see the bottom of where he's breaking through the glass is actually, I think he was trying to burn it and give it some texture. He almost burned down his studio. That's what he said.
Wow. It looks amazing. Like,
thank you.
It has like a magical quality to it or something. It's amazing. It's a great piece. That's a 11 by 17 piece.
It is 11 by 17. Wow. And if you look closely, I think the way he approached it is he did the blacks, and then he did the blacks first, and then did the whites, which is like even more like blows your mind to just imagine how he thought about this piece and executing it.
You're gonna have me searching Zaffino after this for sure. This is amazing.
He's an awesome artist, man.
Right? Yeah, that is a sweet cover. Very nice cover.
Thank you, brother.
I'm not even a Moon Knight guy, and I'm jealous of that one. That's amazing. All right, we're gonna go to this piece.
The Finch.
Yeah.
All right, so this one is like very interesting. I think this is one of my picks in 2021. This was again done by Finch on his YouTube channel. I just randomly reached out and said, I love this piece. I want it. And David and Meredith are two of the best people in the business. I mean, they're so nice and they're so sweet to interact with. And David is a great guy. So I love Dave's Wolverine and the way he did it. I just got it. I did not think about it. Is it a commission? Is it what? I just got it. I just love it. And then later, I think at some point.
Well, you have a video of him drawing it, which is awesome. Which I think is you have a couple different pieces where you have videos of them drawing it, right?
Right.
So,
And if you
yeah.
see, this is the cover. This is the
Oh,
cover.
awesome.
It later became a cover, which was like, right.
There you
This
go.
became this.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah. So this was a nice surprise to have. So I didn't expect it to be a cover, but hey, I'll take it.
Yeah, nice, nice bonus, man. That you can't complain with that, man. That's amazing. Okay, we're gonna go to this piece next. I just love this Batman. It's so imposing,
Thank
man.
you. This is Jason Fabach, and he is again one of my favorite artists. I think I got one of my first ever comic covers from Jason. He's a great guy, and I think this was right after the Button was released,
Okay.
Batman Button.
Yep.
And I think this idea came from, I love Button, I love Flashpoint, and this was like a what shall I say, a mashup of,
Yeah.
I wanted to have Bruce Wayne Batman and Thomas Wayne Batman in the same image, just to see the difference. And the way he did this like blows my mind. If you look closely, he did the shorter year for Thomas Wayne, the more grittier version. He's more darker, he's more grittier, and the Bruce Wayne side is, the Batman that we know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He did, and this is again 11 by 17 piece.
It's so sweet. Great rain effect too, man. I love it. So nice. Yeah. All right. Let's go to. Hold on, I'm trying to find the art here. Let's go to this one.
Ooh, this is Andy Kubert. This one is like one of my favorite runs, which is Flashpoint. I think people give less credit to Flashpoint than, I think they give it less credit. They should. This is the reason why the new.
You mean like as a key storyline or
storyline, right? And if you think about it, without just hey James, thank you for joining. So if you see this storyline, right, the Flashpoint is the reason why New 52 was born, right? That's the reason why you have the New 52 line. So in that continuity or DC continuity sense, this makes like total sense. And I just love the storyline, and I always wanted to get a cover. And I think a couple of folks who own the cover are not selling it, unfortunately. And luckily, this was the Absolute Flashpoint, which was released. The Absolute, I think, the huge collectible edition.
Omnibus or something?
Yeah, it's not an omnibus. It's just an
absolute. Well, yeah, they have so many of those oversized formats, but yeah.
Right. This is, I think, the absolute version.
Absolute.
And I got this from Andy, and this is a nice piece. I like this because if you recall the Flashpoint, the actual cover, it's just similar to this. It's just that the Flash is coming towards you, and this one is a slightly different angle to the same image. So for that reason too, I just love this piece.
Yeah, it totally recalls the original cover for sure, and it kind of gives you that vibe without it being exactly the same. It's pretty smart.
Right.
Very nice.
And it totally captures the whole story, right? You have the Flash, you have Thomas Wayne Batman, Cyborg, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman. The whole story.
Yeah, it's a really nice Flash. It's a striking cover. It's really nice. Okay, what do I have queued up next here? We have another Moon Knight piece, I believe. Here we go. Yeah.
All right, this is Finch again. As you know, I like Moon Knight, and I love Finch, and he just did an awesome job on this. I think he was trying to, I don't know, I think he was trying to do this piece as a commission. I don't know the whole story, but long story short, this was available and I just grabbed it. So I don't know if this was a commission or he was trying to sell it somewhere. I don't know the background story. I just got it from his rep. And if you look at the details, man, Finch kills it. I mean, he adds background, the shading, the whole pose of Moon Knight. So
it's amazing, dude. Yeah. I mean, it kind of feels like a Batman cover, but it's Moon Knight, like it's just gritty. It's got that.
Right. Yeah. That's what I like about Finch's, like Moon Knight and like Batman. I think they have similar feels. So
Yeah, absolutely,
and this
absolutely.
is a 9x12 piece.
Okay, got it. Well, dude, I mean, the fire just keeps coming from Raghav's collection here. We got another sweet piece right here, another Moon Knight.
Right. This is Phil Tan, and I think I got this at the last New York convention that was ever done. Right.
2019.
Feels like ages ago. It's 2019. Yep.
2019. Yeah. I wish we knew each other then, because I would have found time to hang out a little bit. But there's hopefully this year's one. We'll see.
Hopefully this year. Yeah. Looking forward to like meeting you.
Man.
And this one is, if you can recall a certain Batman cover that this homages, right?
Yeah, I think I know which one we're talking about. 608 second print right there.
That's absolutely right. So I did not commission. It's like I did not ask him to do a homage. He just did it, and I loved it. I mean, like this is something that I am getting inked by Mark Morales. So I'm just waiting for him to like free up his time and then do an inking of this. I sent him the blue line, so I'm waiting for this. So
I totally concur, George. This collection is nuts. Like, I was hyping it up a little bit beforehand, but I meant everything I said. Like, these are some of the greatest pieces that I've seen, like, commission wise. A lot of these, like Raghav was saying, end up becoming covers. It's just amazing stuff, dude.
Thank you, man.
I love your collection so much. Finch is definitely one of the best modern guys for me. To that comment, we got Southern Comic Geek in the house. What's up? Good to see you, man. Welcome. All right, let's see what you got up next here. I pulled this one, which is speaking of your favorite book again.
This is my favorite book, and this is So this has a long story. So as you know, Jim Lee is my favorite artist, and I wanted to get a commission from him. I was trying from a long time, and I think at some point in 2018 he opened up his commission list, and I definitely wanted to get a commission from him. And one of my friends, John, in the chat, he got a Magneto piece, and I was blown away. I mean, I knew Jim was good, but man, is he good, right?
Yeah.
So when you look at the art piece, it made total sense. I had to get a commission. I actually signed up for this, I think in 2018-ish. This took me an year because Jim, I think he was busy. He could not get to this piece. I definitely had an idea that I wanted something which like gives a homage to the 612 cover. But, being a Batman fan, I was like sick of seeing Superman choking Batman every time, right? I love that cover. I love that cover, but I was like,
I love that cover, but that bothers me a little every single time I see it too. Like, just because I'm a little bit like, I love Superman too. Don't get me wrong, but I'm more of a Batman fan than I am a Superman fan. So every time I see it, I just get a little piece of my heart breaks a little bit. But.
Right. So I had to make it right. Like, I needed this. I needed the Batman to like pay back. And I had to I asked Jim to do this, and he did an awesome job. Like, what do I say to Jim, right? So he did. I think one of the things he told me when he was doing it was, I don't know if you noticed in Hush, he was drawing Batman more bulkier, Superman more bulkier. But as he got along, he was drawing other covers. Superman and Batman became more thinner, so to say. They were more sleeker, not thin.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the bulky, gritty style. Kind of reminds you of that Dark Knight, Frank Miller style, right?
Yeah.
So I'm glad he stuck to that style, and this is a perfect 612 cover for me. And obviously, I would never sell this. Like, never ever.
Yeah, this is like your Grail commission, basically.
Yeah, I can show you the piece. I mean, I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I have the piece here. The reason I didn't get it framed.
I mean, I need a sip of Red Bull after seeing that piece again. So nice.
So, wow. If you see this, I don't know if you guys are catching the glare, but yeah, if you see this piece,
it looks great. It looks great like that.
Wow. So I am scared to give this to the framers So that's the reason why it's not framed yet. So I hope someday I would get it framed. I'm just scared to give this piece. I love it so much.
I would not want to let it go either. We gotta claim
You
here.
got to claim your
Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah, man. That's a banger, as the kids say. That is badass, dude. All right, well, we got more Jim Lee goodness here.
All right.
More of a sketch piece here, which is awesome.
This is like, I mean, you talk about Jim as an artist, but to talk about Jim as a person, he's awesome. So this piece is, I just asked him, hey, could you just, like, Wolverine is my favorite, and I just got a commission from him. I just wanted a Wolverine from him. I said, hey, could you please like sketch me like a Wolverine? I just love your Wolverine. And he was so sweet. He started like he just took it, and he started like killing it right in front of me. I was like just blown away looking at like how can he do this, right? Like it's unbelievable looking at him just creating magic in like this took about 2 to 3 minutes for him to draw. And
you do have a video of that on your YouTube channel. So guys, once again, please go to Comic Art Talk on YouTube, link in the description below, sub them up, check out the video of Jim Lee drawing this piece on there, which is awesome.
Thank you. Not many people can say this. I think me, Scott Williams, and few other inkers can only say this. I have inked Jim Lee. So all jokes apart, the reason is, the Jim made a joke. He wanted me to ink a certain piece of this Wolverine, and he made me ink it, and he filmed it.
He filmed you inking part of it?
Yes.
That's awesome.
It's on the video too. I mean, I tried to edit most of it, but he asked me to ink a certain portion, and I was so scared. I was like, no, I'll get this ink by someone else. He was like, no, you got to do it. I want to film doing it. It was such fun. I mean, like, who can say that they inked Jim Lee, right? This is a story that I would be telling my grandsons.
Dude, that's amazing.
Or my children.
That's some. I mean, that's an icebreaker, man. That you could tell anybody in the hobby. Like, yeah, one time I inked over Jim Lee. Let me tell you about that one time. That's amazing, man. That's awesome. Well, this next one is another striking image here, and a new artist that hasn't shown up so far on this show. So why don't you explain this one? This one's awesome.
Sure. This one is by Gabriel Delato.
Yeah.
I think everyone knows how big an artist he is. And, this one was, I think he was doing some commissions. I don't know where or why he was doing these commissions. I love this piece, and I immediately, I think, got in touch with his rep. And
because he did a lot of commissions for that like Roma Day thing in Italy. I know that was a big commission thing from him. That's where my Darth Maul painting back there. See that back there?
Oh, right.
That's a Gab Maul painting commission.
Oh, that's a sweet one. Yeah,
man.
Very nice.
Back to yours.
So he did. You can. I think he has a video of him drawing this piece. I think. His specialty is, I think he uses this black and white contrasting colors, and how he creates this amazing pieces is like beats me, man. He is one artist. He's awesome. So I just love this piece, everything about it. I think I like the nod to the Egyptian. I like the little discs that he has on his hands, and like the gritty pose, everything else, the cape flowing, the moon in the background. I think it just suits the whole like vibe of Moon Knight.
It's very, very interesting to see how this is put together. I think like just the use of the black space, and then the way that he's I guess is that white out, or is he whiting out there a little bit, or
it's in pencils. I mean, it's white pencils. It's white pencils. I think
white pencils.
Used white and gray pencils and black, I guess.
Wow. Awesome piece, man. I really like Delato. Well, there's Ruben asking a question. Is that white pastel on black?
It's just white pencil, I think.
White pencil.
Yeah, white pencil. I think you still have the video of him drawing on his Instagram page if you
okay.
Very cool. Look at it. And John says he claims everything. Definitely.
Yeah, I know. I do too. Seriously. Anyway, let's go to this one. This one, is this a double page spread?
It is, and it is by Tyler Kirkham, and he is again. Thanks to John once again for introducing me to Tyler. I think first back in maybe like some time back in I don't know the year. I think when John got his Venom piece, I think he did a half Venom and a half Deadpool piece. Do you remember that cover?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think when he got that, I was like, this artist is good. Who is this guy? And that's when I was introduced to Tyler Kirkham and his style. I loved his piece. And then I contacted him. I said, hey, I want this Batman piece to have, like, as I told you, I always want Batman to kick more ass, right?
Yeah.
He needs more villains, right? Why is he fighting with just one guy? So I asked him, hey, can you do this big piece, have 6? Like, I want a Sinister 6 version of Batman. Can you do that?
Right.
So he was like, yeah, sure, I could do
You
that.
want surrounded by everybody possible. Yeah.
Yeah, and I wanted this piece, like, I told him, hey, I don't mind waiting. I think he said, if you can wait, I could do this. This took an year for him to do it, but he was like super sweet. He told me like he had commitments and he couldn't do it, but totally worth it. I think Tyler is one of this guy. Like, he's an awesome person, like, just to interact with. I think we became good friends once he started doing that. I think I got one more piece by him later, and to this day, I think he's a great guy. Awesome. So yeah, so he did. I think Tyler. This is a DPS. I think this is the first dual, like, 2-pager 11 by 17 page that I have.
Wow. And you got that one framed, I imagine.
Not yet.
Not yet, but it's on your list.
I think it's much better seeing the scan than
the page. Totally, because it's a DPS. Yeah. I mean, I can't even count specifically how many characters are on there. My guess is 7, 8. Is it
I think it's 6. It's just 6.
Okay.
Villains and then
and Batman, right?
Yeah, and I love the way he approached it. Like, this is a circular composition. You start with Batman, you go around, you see all the pieces, and back your eyes goes back to Batman. Thank you, John. It's 2016. Thank you.
2016. That's amazing, man. All right. Well, we got a couple more pieces, and then you'll be able to show whatever you want to show that you just have in your room. This is what I pulled up next. This is Fabok again, right?
Yeah, this is Fabok again, and this is my first DC cover ever. And then this, I think this was, I don't remember the year, but if you see 20, I don't know when Button came out.
So I, believe it or not, I actually at one point had 2 CGC 9.8s, but that cover set, and I gave them away during one of my, I don't remember like what specific giveaway I gave them away for, but I do giveaways every once in a while or whatever on the channel, and I gave those away so they both went to like one collector, but they were lenticulars, like they did them in a lenticular. Yeah.
They were. It is. I think the reason I got this was, I think this was end of New 52, and then I think Batman finds the Watchman button somewhere in the cave, and he is looking at it. I think this is this is leading into the current Batman run, and I think this was the first time Button was ever, Watchman, something belonging to Watchman was ever introduced in DC universe.
In DC continuity of today, right? Yeah.
So this one is Killer. And it is actually 2. I could show that cover. Just give me a minute.
Oh, nice. Okay, let me. I will go to you.
Let me find the page.
Okay.
All right.
Tell me when you're ready. You ready?
Cool. Ready. So this one again is one of my pieces that I'm scared to give it to the framer. So as you can see, this is 2 11 by 17 pieces, and 2 of my favorite characters, Batman and Flash.
It looks good right there, just in the portfolio, man. I love it.
It does, and this is one of my pieces that I'm scared to give it to the framers again. I have to do it. I would do it, but I have to find the right framer and do it.
Right, because it's not a wraparound cover. It's 2 separate comic covers that go together, right? Were those sequential issues? I don't remember. Or
No,
one was a Flash issue, one was a Batman issue, but it was part of the same
actually, it
crossover, I
was
think,
the
right?
same issue. It
Oh, it was
was
the same issue. Okay.
it was just lenticular, that
Two
like
different variants.
two different images.
Got
And
it.
I think this was used like multiple. I think it was used on like the trade paperback. It was used in like European version. I think there are so many versions of this.
You got a free framing
know, right?
offer from James.
James is he's a great guy. I mean,
I've seen a bunch of he's like the double page spread guy.
He is.
Yeah. So
And you should see some of his pieces, man. It's insane.
I think we follow each other on CAF, I believe. So
nice.
Let's see here. But by the way, if you want to follow both of our pages on CAF, those are also in the description below. So
thank you.
His YouTube channel is in the description below. His Instagram, his CAF page, and my CAF page is in the description below. This is the next one, and I love this Kirkham here. This is badass Deathstroke, man.
I think Tyler does one of the best Deathstroke. Like I mean, in the modern DC, I think this was a piece that was used by Prime Studio for the statue, and this was the Deathstroke statue that was released. I don't know when it was released, but yeah, this was the artwork that was used for the whole. I think the print, the box, everything, and the statue was like inspired by this. So this is pretty neat.
Mean, I love it has like this fantasy element to it or something. Like I love it, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, and Deathstroke is again one of my favorite Batwoolens. So yeah, this was like I just love the vibe of the whole piece. I like the skull that's there. I think the skull is the premium swappable head that's there in that statue. And that was, if ever I came close to collecting a statue piece, this was and the other Superman one for the Hush.
Yeah, I haven't dipped into the statue waters myself yet. I'm afraid of it.
I am. Yeah. I mean, be afraid, like very afraid.
Exactly. Yeah.
If I get into it, I'm going to be like I think I'm going to be broke soon.
You can bet on that. That's what I hear about from statue people. Is like we better off not getting into it, Anyway, next up, and this one I love because I'm a big Miller Batman guy. I mean, this isn't Miller, but this is a tribute, right? This piece here, and
this piece is from Tyler Boss. I mean, this is Tyler is an established artist. He does a lot of independent work. But I am relatively new to Tyler's style, but I think I was introduced to Tyler by one of the art collectors, one of the reps. Mm-hmm. I was just taken by the whole the way he does his pieces. As like a lot of mixed media in it, and then I approached him this was New York Comic-Con. Mm-hmm. John, I agree with
right
you.
Yeah.
So he did.
My food budget is starting to become OA funds, frankly, but that's a whole other problem. Anyway.
Yeah, ramen for days, right?
Yeah.
So this was again another piece, which is Dark Knight Returns homage. I love the different take on it because I like the little logo that he added. It's like Frank Miller, but not really. I like his touch to this. So this was again one of the pieces from New York Comic-Con.
Very cool. Very cool. Is that something that you plan on framing as well?
I haven't decided on this. Okay. Like the other pieces, like the ones that I would definitely frame are the ones that I wouldn't never sell.
Right. Which I think as this show has gone along, those pieces have become apparent. The ones that mean the most to you. This one just blew me away when I first saw this next one. I mean, it's amazing.
Man, this one is I have to thank John for this and Felipe Massafera. He is nuts. So the way he did this, I think if you see the actual piece, you would be even that's even better. So I have this. I can show you the piece, but
Okay.
let me talk a little bit about the piece. I think this one was used by I think IG Comic Store.
IG Comic Store. Yeah, they make their own like variant covers and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Right?
So
Yeah.
this one was a commission actually, and this is again a favorite piece of mine from Jim Lee. So I don't know if it was like slightly.
Yeah,
broad.
the one thing you'll learn quickly about YouTube and live streams and any comic book with like a Mylar or like a very flashy bag, it's like you get glare. You get glare-orama. But here, we'll go back and forth.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I will show you the piece. Just give me a minute and let me get the piece. This one is huge, so let me get the piece.
Got it. Hold on. Let me get
Hey,
back
Matt,
to you.
Spidey, thank you for joining.
What's up, Mad Spidey?
So
Wow.
This one is huge. This one is not 11 by 17. It's, I think, I don't know. It's huge. It's like 13 by 19 or something like that. It's huge.
That's amazing.
And this is again a homage to Jim Lee.
I mean, tell me you're framing that one.
I am framing this one.
Yeah.
I'm framing this one. I think the only reason I didn't get it framed was because I had a bunch of stuff already at the framers. I was just waiting for that to come back, and then I would give the next batch.
Yeah. I mean, holy hell, that one's nice.
And this one, I have to say, like John collects villains, and I collect the heroes. So it works out perfectly for us. Like when he is collecting, the way if he has a plug or he knows a particular artist, so he would say, hey, I'm getting this. Are you interested in getting something from him? Or hey, this is available. And I was like, yeah, sure. I think this one was something that I got in similar way. And I do the same thing. Like I have plugs with few artists. I'm like close to few artists or know the reps. I was like, hey man, I'm getting this. Are you interested? Do you want to get something? And then like that's how we roll. So
that's cool, man. So you kind of like you tag team commission lists, if you will, a little bit, but with slightly different approaches to your pieces. That's pretty cool.
Right. And like we complement each other because our tastes are similar, but he collects villains, I collect heroes, so it kind of works out. I think I have to thank John for this particular piece because I think he was the one who approached Felipe for something else, and this just worked out. And this one was a commission, but later turned into a cover.
little bit of drama going on in the chat, but we'll save that for post-show discussions. We pulled one more scan piece, and then you can show whatever else you want to show, Raghav. But I saved this one for last, semi-intentionally.
Nice.
It's amazing, also in its own way, and it's another Jim Lee piece, which has kind of been a big subject here tonight. So.
Right. So no surprises here. Again, another Jim Lee piece. This one, I think I haven't even posted in the cafe yet.
Yeah.
I think this was on eBay someday. I was just, I think this was, who put it up? The drummer from the Torpedo Comics drummer. I forget the name.
John Doloman, Torpedo Comics.
Thank you. Yeah. So I think he was, he put this up for eBay. I think Armenian, something about Armenian.
The Armenian genocide.
Genocide, correct.
Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to I don't remember the cause, but I just wanted to get
right. And System of a Down got back together to release a couple singles around that as well. I remember around that time.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get the Jim Lee piece, but again, that whole donation and the giving for a cause really sagged me up. So I went for
it. I'm the same way, man. When it comes to charity, it always my wallet gets loose,
Right. So this one I just let loose and I just got this, and I have this piece framed, obviously. So
yeah, you do.
Let me show that.
We'll go full screen on you. Yeah.
Or this looks, this one. So I don't know about you guys. When I have something framed, I actually don't keep it behind me. I keep it in front of me to kind of inspire me.
So you can see it while you're like at your desk or something.
Yeah,
working.
So this is where I work, so I have it as in front of me so that I'm inspired by it.
Amazing. Amazing piece. I love that, Bovie. Well, the floor is yours for a little bit. If you have anything else you want to show, brother, I mean, that's up to you.
I do have an interesting piece that I wanted to talk about. And this was a piece that I think, like, we talk about artists like screwing people over, right? So I just wanted to like show some light on an artist who went out of the way to give me something. So just bear with me. I think the story is good. So
Okay.
this is a piece that I got from Greg Smallwood. I don't know if you've heard about him.
I think I've heard of him.
So Greg Smallwood is an artist who worked on Moon Knight. I think his run was like, I don't know if you're into Moon Knight, but I think it is one of the best modern runs that was there.
Is that like a police crime scene investigation tape or something? What is that?
Yeah, it is. I love the tape, right? It's like do not cross. I just love it. I didn't touch it. I just
Got it.
So the story behind this is, so I loved his run. I just reached out to him. I said, hey, are you taking commissions? I love your piece. I love your style. Are you taking commissions? And he was like, I'm sorry, but I'm not taking it. I said, that's fine. Absolutely no problem. But you did a great job. And, I just wanted to let you know that I love your artwork. And he was like, thank you so much for reaching out and telling me that you liked it. I want to do something for you. And then he said, let me do a Moon Knight piece for you, like free. He didn't charge anything for this.
Wow.
And he said, like, I was feeling bad. I was like, let me pay shipping at least. Like, I was feeling bad. So I told him, let me pay shipping. I just paid shipping and I got this for free. He's such a great guy.
Wow. Speaking of Knights, Knights of Old is in the house saying, nice Moon Knight. What's up, Knights? Good to see you, brother. Hope all is well. Anything else you want to show? We're not yet at an hour. We're 3 minutes out from an hour. So I'm giving you can take your time, but if you have anything else you want to show, you're welcome to. Or
sure. You have a couple of pieces that I could show. I have another theme that I have is I try to recreate like key moments like this.
Oh wow.
So this is Mike DiCarlo, who is the inker from this particular issue, where like I think this is when the Robin dies. I don't remember the issue. I think this is Death of the Family, but I don't remember.
Yeah, it's escaping me also, the specific issue number.
Yeah, so this is definitely from Death of the Family, but I wanted him to recreate the scene.
It's the third. Is it the third issue of that Mignola cover run?
I think this
is. Yeah,
I can't recall, but. There is another reason I got this cover, but at this particular point, I got to know that Mike DiCarlo's wife...
Yeah, I think it could be 428, Ruben, but I couldn't tell you for sure off the top of my head.
Could be.
Yeah, now we have a 338 guess. Looks like everybody else in the community is just as confused about which issue that was. But I always think of it as the 4-issue Death in the Family set with the Mike Mignola covers. And I just remember the Robin one. Yeah, and I think the Robin one is the third one. But
I have no idea. The reason I got this was at this point, I think Mike DiCarlo his wife met with an accident and was hospitalized. And I wanted to do something to help him out. And like I heard he was taking commissions. I just got in touch with him and I said, hey, can I do this? So that's how I got this piece.
Very cool.
I think there is one more I wanted to show.
Yeah, sure. What's up, TiVo in the house? Lords of the Long Box. Good to hear. Good to see you, man.
So this one again is. Let me find it. And this is an interesting piece. I don't know if you guys are into Sherlock, but so.
Oh, that's cool.
So this is an interesting piece. I thought, like, I like architectural pieces, and this one was from Phil Maltz. I don't know. Let me try to get the piece out and
be careful. Be careful.
Yep. Let me get the piece out. I think that's better. So, the artist's name is Phil Maltz. He is on Instagram. You guys can find him. He's a great guy. He does this insane pieces, vertical architectural pieces.
That's really interesting. Wow.
So I know this is not really comic art, but close.
No, it's super cool. Could he do some Hergé recreations for me?
He could. He could.
You know?
I had the idea as well of getting Captain Haddock's.
Dude, I want a Haddock piece. I'm not even gonna get into it. How much I want.
So this artist, interestingly, he doesn't. He does only architecture. He doesn't do anything. Like
Okay, so he doesn't include human characters in his.
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
Like my actual idea was this is I don't know if people recognize this. This is from Sherlock. This is Sherlock's house.
Okay.
And
I'm not a very knowledgeable guy with the Sherlock
this
stuff, so I
is
wouldn't know.
221B, the classic address. And the idea I had was if he could actually have Sherlock peeking in from here. Where is that? Here.
Yeah.
So that was the idea, but the artist, he draws great architecture, but he isn't super into like having human characters there.
Right.
So I was like, that's cool. I just love the piece, and then like I just got this piece. That's it.
Baker Street. Baker Street. Yeah. Wow.
Baker Street. Yep. Thank you.
Well, dude, this has been just a blast of an hour. I mean, like quickly cycling through this artwork, like this Jim Lee Thor, this amazing jam piece, this mega grail page from Hush, the amazing Zaffino pieces here. You brought a lot of Finch stuff, which was awesome. Fabok, this was Fabok, right?
Yeah.
Fabok, Kubert. More Finch. This is Philip Tan. The incredible Jim Lee cover reversal of 612, your favorite cover. The sketch where you inked over Jim Lee. I still cannot believe that. Go check out that video of Jim Lee drawing it. This Delato piece, this Kirkham DPS, the Fabok 2-cover set. This awesome Tyler Kirkham Deathstroke, this Frank Miller homage, this Massafera X-Men, and this incredible Jim Lee Wolvie. I mean, I just had to cycle through those again real quick just to cement how awesome that lineup of artwork was. It was one of the best I think that has ever appeared on my show. And this is episode 32, which is hard to believe. I know I took a little bit of a hiatus, but
thank you, people. Yep.
But holy hell, man, this was some amazing artwork brought to the table here by Raghav. So I really do appreciate you hopping on here, hanging out with me and sharing your artwork with my subscribers and the larger OA and comic book community. Anything you want to plug or mention? And like I said earlier, if you're not already subscribed to Comic Art Talk on YouTube, the link is in the description below. You have an account on Instagram where you share your art, which is also linked below. You have a gallery on Comic Art Fans, CAF, which is also linked below. So please go check out Raghav on all of his portals and platforms. But anything else you wanted to say to wrap up here? Or
thank you so much. I mean, thank you so much for having me. And please, if you could just check out my art that's there. I mean, my channel, or subscribe. My channel, I would like to talk a little bit about my channel.
Sure.
Comicarttalk. The reason I had this channel was I just wanted something for the artists, like something to support the artists. Like someone like me, I'm interested in art. I want to know how to do it. Like, how does it work? How do you ink it, right? How do you write it? So that's the reason why I put the channel out. And hopefully, if someone is interested in art, just, how someone draws a Wolverine, right? Just go to my channel, just check it out. I think you would have nice videos to like. Hopefully, I'll have more videos out. But until then, thank you so much for.
I mean, you're like, honestly, your channel was one of the first I ever came across that had any OA content whatsoever. Obviously, there was Felix's. Bill Cox wasn't doing live stuff at the time. He had like a couple random live pre-recorded things. I started doing the live thing, back in like December of 2019 or so. So I was still at that time. I think you were one of the few other channels I saw that even had anything for OA that I could even find. So kudos to you, man, on that, and being early in the game on that, and for hanging out, man. I do appreciate it, and I'm looking forward.
Thank you for having me.
And really, I'm really looking forward to you being part of the group. We have our own group chat and everything where we share our pickups and, you know, tell both positive and horror stories with each other and whatnot. So that's going to be fun having you part of the crew. And thanks everybody for hanging out here in the chat. Quick rundown here on the schedule for the original Art Hour related content. We've got the next episode of the show that Tony and I co-host. That's the original Art Hour Beyond. So episode 5 of that new format that we've been trying out bi-weekly. That'll be Monday, the 21st, 10 p.m. Eastern. We're moving the time back up a half hour, maybe trying to get a little bit more people in the chat before they fall asleep. You know, 10:30 is kind of late to start, you know. So we're going to try moving that up 30 minutes to 10 p.m. Eastern. So I'm looking forward to that. So hopefully some of you guys come out on that episode. And then on Sunday, June 27th, 11 a.m. Eastern at a special time, since we have an overseas guest from Asia, we're going to be doing an original Art Hour Beyond special. Tony and myself will be interviewing Ario Anindito, who is a comic artist who has been, you know, actively working for Marvel books and Star Wars books for Marvel. Primarily, he's the penciler on the Star Wars: The High Republic book right now. Which I'm a big fan of. I was able to acquire some artwork from him from that title, so I'll unveil that pickup. And he also drew an extra piece for me as well, free piece, which blew me away that he would do that, you know. And we're going to interview with him and kind of hang out with him and talk with him about being a working comic artist today. So that I'm excited about doing that. I have never done a artist interview before, so that'll be a new experience for me as well. So I'm looking forward to that kind of stuff. Thank you guys for hanging out. Ruben can't wait for that outro clip. Everybody is digging that song, man. Seriously. What's up? Comic Mag Musings in the house. You're very late to the party here. Hopefully you catch the rewind. Same with you, Seawood 19. Everybody rolling in here right when we're ending. But believe me, this rewind is worth the price of the hour. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And we'll catch you on the next episode, wherever that may be. Make sure you guys go follow Raghav everywhere in the links below. Appreciate you.
Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you for having me.
Stick around for a bit afterwards, and we'll talk to everybody soon. Peace.
Take care.
Where do I begin? I see the hate, they don't want to see me win. Bank deposits, I got more coming in. Top down, throw the money in the wind. I don't want it all. Heard he scammer, had to switch up the accounts. Moving paper, gotta call it my account. It's all in, I can have it coming out. Been through the struggle, I can see another drought. Yeah, it's not a purse, it's a merce. 6 figures was a goal, now it's 9 or a hearse. Put it work. Used to pull up, not swerve. No time for the snakes, time to put them in the dirt. That's word. I gotta get it, it's in my DNA. You only see the highlights, don't know what it takes. Last year stressing, got no sleep. Now I'm right between the courts, I don't know